Yeah, so I didn't really go to church when I was a kid. I went to a few church Christmas services and all these types of things, but I didn't really ever understand the fact that God loved me or anything like that. I grew up in Seattle, and my parents got divorced when I was really young, so eventually we just stopped going to church completely. Honestly, I just completely got disconnected from that part of my life, which has completely impacted the way I lived. That just pretty much took me straight into high school where I just started living for the wrong things, living for success, living for just having a good time, only wanting to I always thought I only wanted to live till I was 40 because I just didn't think there was going to be much more to live for past just hey, I just got a good job, living the little high off of that, the dopamine high off that, into just having a good time going out drinking and just having a good time in the party scene and with girls. But also when I got to college, that's when my fraternity president um, just finally shared the gospel with me and just started teaching me about God and about like God's love for me. I decided to go to a winter conference in Dallas, Texas called SMC, and this was just it was 4 days of just actually pursuing God and only God. Right after SMC, I also went to a bonfire with some of my high school buddies, and that night I got back to my house, and that was the night I accepted Christ into my life and just gave him room to work in me. Eventually, I decided to go to Kaleo, which is 9 weeks of just only pursuing God pretty much. And man, the entire week before I left, I blacked out 7 times in a row, every single night. I was still holding on to my sins and still struggling with them very much until I got down to Florida this summer, and I was just I just realized that I just needed to stop because it was just holding me back and was just keeping me from God. Before Christ, I was just hopeless. I didn't really have any, hope for anything. I was just living a life just in search of something that was going to fill me, and I was trying to find that through alcohol and girls and school, but I just never could. I know now that's just because I didn't have a relationship with God. I just understand now that I'm not going to be able to find any satisfaction in the things that I once did. Yeah, they might be fun, and you might enjoy them, but I don't think you'll ever realize how they leave you more broken than how much fun they give you. Every time I ever would do any drinking, yeah, I had fun, but I also remember waking up the next day not even necessarily feeling bad like because I drank, but because I just knew I was doing something bad and I was just doing something that shouldn't be happening. It's really just is God changing my heart, just making me understand and pursue different things that I once did.